Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash video. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about this series. It came to my attention that I said I was gonna finish a level by the 1st of December, and it is currently the 22nd of November, and I have made 2 parts. Oh my goodness. We have to toggle everything that was moving last time, so we have a smooth transition of no background. Gonna make a cube transition. The portal's gonna be quite big, and then behind it, there is gonna be an invisible one. We can also speed it up invisibly. I need to make copy-pastable structures now. Let's add some pixel objects. We're going to start adding groups to them. They're going to stick to T1 and 1, just because it's a nice layer to be on. And they're going to increment and group every time. Oh, and the cool thing about this, I can use it at different shapes and sizes, probably, because this is all on 1 times. So let me just add some stuff, and I'll show you what I mean. 139, you are about to back out of this insane movement, my friend. Like a swing. Yep. I love it, except I am going to raise you off the floor slightly, just because I dig the way that the line just kind of sits there. Now, another thing I'm going to change real quick is the layering of these objects, because I noticed that my cube outline was going behind them, and I think it's cleaner if the cube outline is on top. Anyway, now I'm going to rotate some of these on their sides, and the thing I like about this is that I can look on the other editor layer and see which way the blocks are facing, because of how I've matched them with the outline block. I want to put a line where I activate these portals. Alright, now it's time to make my toggle trigger effect, my beloved. I'm very excited to get this underway because I'm going to be able to make a lot of blocks very quickly. Just by, you know, hacking. It's intelligent hacking though. I'm not just brainlessly using Mega Hack to achieve the result. I have to put my Wulzy brain into it. Am I going to spawn loop this? I don't know if I can be bothered. I'm not going to because I want this to happen at different speeds. This will cause a different outline effect. You see? It's cool because they disintegrate at different angles. I like that. I have disabled link controls, and I am also going to turn on absolute scaling, which is individually scaling every single object here, so we can have different outline styles, which I think is super neat, because now I can have some funky blocks. See, now this block is fancy. And even further, I can hue shift these plus and minus 40, because I don't want to go too crazy with the coloring here. Maybe a little bit less than 40 sometimes, so we just have like an assortment of colors. I still, for some reason, cannot look at the colors of the level without playtesting, but you see what I mean? I'm going to take a set of blocks right here and make sure that I am using a different group than 139, and so on and so forth for every other object, because I want these blocks to have a staggered movement into the level, just for the transition, I think, because this just looks cool. Maybe not on that easing. How about I move these blocks further forward? Maybe if I make these have a longer move time and set them further forward in the level, it'll just be nicer. Yep, okay, now for my next trick, we can have this fall from the sky. That's what I like about having individual objects like this. I can set up a movement, 142, which has a really long move time, and it just falls. Not that far. Okay, there needs to be some amendments here. Alright, we can definitely just copy paste. That one's weird. Instead of moving the trigger after, I'm going to move it before and give it a longer movement time. I'm just going to move this until it works now, which is going to be a lot of trial and error, but it should be fine. That's weird. And now I'm going to put a giant orb here and just take one of the patterns and just place it there, which might be slightly lazy, but just scale up and then individually scale the blocks down. See? Now it's okay. And again, I can just vary these blocks while I'm here. Different hues. Now let me see how this looks in normal mode. I haven't really tested this out in a while. It looks trendy. I like it. I just need to change these objects in their opacity using 30% and put it on blending maybe. We get through it. It just looks kind of silly, right? What if I flipped this differently? This could probably be a shout. So here's my plan. I make 4 layers. One of them's normal. One of them's flipped vertically. The next one is only flipped horizontally. And then I make this one, in a second, flipped horizontally and vertically. Let me see. The effect stops, dude. I'm such a goofball, for real, for real. Okay, now hear me out. I could use the toggle trigger effect in the same way, but different if I hue shift a bunch of these big pulsing squares on T2 and start just slowly shifting them into a pattern here that kind of builds up into this block. Not sure how this is gonna go though. So there's a bit of floor deco that makes it a bit more immersive, or to make it less immersive because obviously it's like in front of the level. Why isn't that toggled? What? Why didn't the background toggle? Oh, okay, it did. Oh, the square effect looks terrible. Wow. Okay, that is a definite no. It's not bad. It just looks weird. I could probably make it work if I flip it and stuff. But is it really worth it? Like, that's just throwing away a lot of creativity. Like, how easy would it be for me to just stick this in the back and then make a front version, which is on another layer? Like, come on. What would be creative is if I was to put this in the background, make it fade on, make another version to this side. Like, put it right here. We'll lock it to the x-axis. 146. Take it off, don't fade and don't enter, and just have a loop where it gets really quickly moved to each side, back and forth. This might lag the game, I'm realizing. But if I could have it so it's transitioning on and off, yeah. See, for a second there, it was interesting. Let's just not spawn loop and see what I can do here. I'm also gonna make a version on top, which is slightly bigger and different hued as we made before. Like, it's all right. It's just kind of lame. And the foreground can take 5 seconds to fade on. So it's gonna gradually get brighter and brighter until it actually reaches its point of, oh my god, it's an actual foreground, right? Oh my goodness, it moves so fast. It's actually kind of wild looking. It's grown on me a lot. Let me see. Yeah, look at that. Way to build suspense. This recording session's goofy, as you can tell. This is really blind. No wonder I took a break from this, man. My eyes are dying. But, it's time to finish this off, I think. What was I doing? What layer is anything on? Here we go. It's currently the 27th of November, 10 p.m. And I have Jack Squat. Why did I do this? Not sure. This is a nightmare on Wulzy Street. Look at this layering, dude. Ugh. Flip, flop, flop, flip, flop, flip. Don't know what I'm doing. Why did I limit myself so heavily? Not a good way to build your levels, dude. Okay, that looks cool. So about that cool looking thing, how about I just repeat it? Not a fan of doing this, but I gotta get this level done. I can just copy paste, hopefully. This is the yuckiest thing I think I've put together in a long time, but that's the consequences of me making a promise. I probably should have just like called off by now. Oh my god, the blocks are like inside the other blocks and then it just gets deaded. This is a poor performance from me, I gotta be honest. I'm very excited to see how this pans out. I mean, when I started the series, I wasn't really anticipating the fact that I would be rushing this in like 3 days. Is that weird? It most certainly is. For some reason, I decided to use moving objects, and that's just a death sentence if you're trying to do something quickly, especially when you don't manage it well and the whole level just looks like a pile of... From the level editor's perspective, it looks okay in game, but it's really nothing special, to be honest. Look at that, that's so clumsy. This episode is an embarrassment, but for those of you that enjoy watching me suffer, yeah, here you go. I mean, it looks cool to watch the lines just freak out in the editor when I can't playtest color. That's cool. What is the play here? Do I just add a bunch of invisible saws? I'm kind of getting desperate. There's one thing that I do not want to be. Oh my, I can't even space my saws evenly. This is hideous form for me. What happened? I fell off. I guess I just underlay these blocks beneath the entire thing. We want block transitions on, obviously. So at least there's a cool, like, entry sequence. But okay, I have made something that I can copy paste moving wise. I'm gonna underlay things so it shouldn't be an issue to have it inside blocks when they move up and down. I can scale them too. The only thing I didn't do is link them together, and that's painful. Look at my layer 0, dude. There's nothing apart from these saws. I'm so clumsy. My aim went from building efficiently to building simply but effectively. It's a new strategy that I am reaching towards in an emergency. The emergency being that the level sucks and I have no idea how to fix it. Oh my goodness, Let's put no movement in the box, guys. That'll be a good idea. Please work, please, please, please. Why are you out the way? Wait, that's actually kind of cool. Oh. Okay. I'm inventing a new creating strategy as I go. I'm gonna coin this the invisible alternatum. I'm inventing strats on the spot. Basically, I am going to combine the motion of these objects fading out as we approach them with the idea of objects fading in as we approach them. So there is a visual stimulus and decoration piece that is pulsing as we get to it. 169. Normally my pulses go 0.05 and 0.5, but I'm going to reverse this and go 0.5, 0.05. Let me test this arrow as we move past it. Perfect. Okay. We just need to keep showing the player their way through this maze because these saw blades could be pretty misleading with the velocity that they move. So it's in my best interest to keep this sign posted. Some people might call it stonks. Look at this. It's kinda working. Look at that. Boom! And then we can just change the screen. Yeah, this part's pretty much done if you ask me. So then we just skidoop some electricity, the Wulzy classic. Just for a bit of oomph. Bit of oomph never hurts anyone. Ooh! Electrified. I like it. We just need to figure out how to do the transition, but I might do that next time on the Wulzy fumbling show, I'll call it. Let me just perform a couple of alpha trigger maneuvers on these portals. So, after all the fumbling in this video, the stitching together in multiple recording sessions because of my incompetency, we have ourselves a pretty interesting transition to say the least. We can zoom into some sort of build up there. I'm gonna have to upload tomorrow too. This is gonna be a grind, but don't you worry, I will finish Levelry as I promised. Probably gonna be daily uploads until December 1st when I drop this level. Oh boy, I really fell off since that part. My goodness, this part stinks. Man. There's so much potential in it, but we gotta keep the forward momentum, man. Couple of pretty cool techniques, but nothing too special. I'm gonna peace out. Thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash building video. Please comment, follow. Thank you. Check the links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.